Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Uncle Bebo's Bedtime. Here's Uncle Bebo. A little sleepy now, but I just got a few words to share with you today about this here nation and the debt that it's in and the trouble that it's in. And I read a news article the other day. This here, I think Standard & Poor's credit rating agency done dropped the U.S. from AAA, platinum 5-star, excellent rating. They done dropped us. That's right. They dropped us point down to AA plus, which basically this here credit rating relates to our ability to pay back debt. And now we're at a AA plus, which means that we still got good opportunities to pay back our debt and resources, and that don't make no sense to me. I'm sorry, folks. If you ain't got money and you trillions of dollars in debt, now how you gonna pay back your dang bills? I mean, come on. They can't even come up with a decent plan to do that up there in Washington. And this here credit rating is gonna still give us high points, high marks. Somebody over there is getting paid under the table or something to playing politics with our credit rating, because basically we should have a stinky poo credit rating. I mean, come on. I read one estimate that my economist says we might be $15 to $20 trillion in debt over the next 10 years. I believe it. They done gone hog wild up there in Washington, giving away our money. I mean, we're the taxpayers. We're the ones getting fleeced, royally drug over the barrel. I mean, whipped, slapped, and zapped, and mugged and robbed. You name it. They're taking our income tax. They giving it away to these Arab countries to democratize them. Let them democratize themselves. Come on. They doing it now. See, they could do it. In the soul of every person yearns freedom. Sooner or later, you're going to have to buck up and take down those who terrorize you and tyrannize you, right? Well, they're doing it now. But no, we don't put billions and billions of dollars over there. But anyway, I'm not going to say anything about all the other stuff our politicians give away. Jobs to Mexico, loans to the country. How can we loan to the country when we can't pay our own loans hardly? I mean, come on. That makes no sense. But why should I look to Washington to make sense? We, the people of the United States, we're the ones supposed to make sense. Right? So, anywho, I just won't say a word about that there tax. I mean, that income tax is a theft tax. Because, anytime somebody's trying to work and produce, yet you tax them on that, that's a burden tax. That's a slave labor tax to me. You don't hinder people who are trying to produce and create and build something for themselves. You don't do that. That's stupid. An income tax is stupid. It's a slave labor tax. It's a theft tax. I don't remember ever giving the government permission to take my money. Did you give them permission to do that? I doubt you did that too. They just take it. Well, you know what? Steve Forbes, who I think is one of the brightest financial minds in the country, I wish he'd run for president again. I'd vote for him because he believes in that there consumption tax, right? Where you don't pay tax unless you buy something, right? And that's one of the most studied and researched taxes in the history of this country. And the folks who did study that say that, that's a good tax. It'll run this here country. We're still going to have to make some changes. We're going to have to decide what our government's for, which in my view, and I think most of you agree, that it's basically to protect the citizens, protect their rights, protect from other countries coming in here and taking over. Then taking care of those who are unable to take care of themselves, whether they're disabled, mentally, physically. That's just a sign of a decent nation there. And it's basically about protection. I mean, come on. The other day, Congress couldn't even find the money to fund the FAA, who's protecting our airways. I mean, Lord, I don't want some 747 coming down on my head and nobody can stand up and go, you know, sorry, we don't have the money to figure out what happened, but it done took out half my city I live in. I mean, come on, we're in trouble, folks. We need to declare bankruptcy, although they say a nation can't declare bankruptcy. Well, you know, a nation pretty much do what it wants to do. Hell, somebody needs to stand up there and just say, we bankrupt, sorry, we can't pay our debts now, we're going to reorganize under Chapter 11, Chapter 26, Chapter 48, or 122. Whatever chapter they want to say, I don't care. But you know that there, and they just reorganize and come up with a better plan, a lot better plan. But you know, they've been taking our money, greasing each other's palms, and for years, I mean, the politicians taking care of themselves first, right? Driving around in limos when we're supposedly becoming a green nation. Yeah, that's just a bunch of hypocritical bull crapola. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that there, one more word about that income tax. You know, it's designed to be complicated, where you got to have attorneys and accountants, you know, all trying to figure it out, because they make their living based on that. I mean, just think how many attorneys and politically corrected people will be out of work if we get rid of this here IRS, this crazy tax code, tax law. I mean, now too many people get out of work who've been making the big bucks, right? On this here tax code. But when are we going to have political will to do that? But then again, they ain't representing us up there. They represent they wallet pockets up there in Washington, if they are truly representing us. Like there are a few, okay, there are a few guys with morality up there doing that. There are a few. I know one particularly I saw yesterday down there at Granny's restaurant. I'm not going to bring up names now, but anywho, God bless him. He held during that recent vote. He held his ground. He said, no, it don't make no sense raising that their debt ceiling, and then at the same time showing how you gonna reduce your bills. I mean, why don't you just reduce your dang bills? Forget raising the debt ceiling, right? That's crazy. Anyhow, this is Uncle Bebo. I'm signing off. I think my blood pressure's too high right now to sleep. I think I'm going to have to pray to get my blood pressure down. Because, you know, prayers answer. Giving it to God, because God, in His mercy and wisdom, has helped us create this here country and kept it going. It ain't based upon our wisdom, that's for sure. So anyhow, this is Uncle Bebo. Woo! I'm going to sign off here, and I just encourage you to laugh a lot, love a lot, live a lot, and learn a lot. Good night.